Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Been telling you guys, huge weekend of recruiting for Tennessee. I want to keep you in the loop as much as possible. If that means 2 or 3 videos per day, then that's exactly what we're going to do. And I wanted to drop an update on Bo Jackson, one of the top 5 athletes in the class of 2025. No relation to that Bo Jackson. We figured that out together, but we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about Bo Jackson. He was in town over the weekend, but I still want to talk about something else on the front half of this video. There's still this narrative out there, this negative narrative about Josh Heupel, and I want to see what you guys think about it. How are you feeling about Josh Heupel going into year 4 at Tennessee? Because this comment came through on this morning's video, talking about Deshaun Brame, 4-star tight end, top 100 guy, elite guy, wants to play football with George McIntyre, wants to play football with Jack Van Doorslayer. Had a great visit over the weekend, and this is the comment. Daryl here. Now, I get it. Daryl could be a troll. Daryl could be a Georgia fan. Who knows? Daryl could just be the most negative person on the face of the earth. Who knows? Maybe Daryl just doesn't like me. He says here, nobody keeps us up on prospects' top 10 places they won't attend like you, Boogie. Now, this could be few and far between, but I see comments every now and then. There seems to be this negative narrative floating around that Josh Heupel is not recruiting at an elite level. You look at the first 3 years at Tennessee, according to the On3 industry rankings, 15th, 12th, and 13th going into the 2024 cycle. Does he need to take a step? I think so. I think that's fair to say. I think Josh Heupel needs to take a step in recruiting. Is this the year to get it done? Can he get that top 5 class? He's not even signed a top 10 class up to this date, according to the On3 industry rankings. But I think in the grand scheme of things, you look at overall roster management. I mean, look at the 5-stars. He signed more 5-stars than any coach that came prior to him after the Philip Fulmer era. He's signed 2 5-star quarterbacks, Nico Iamaleava and George McIntyre. You look at the class of 25, and I think it's fair to say when we look at the last 3 cycles, the NCAA investigation was looming, right? It was still hanging over the heads of the Tennessee administration. I think the fact that that's now in the past, the fact that Tennessee, that Josh Heupel, Danny White, Donde Plowman, they went on the attack. They sued the NCAA. They showed that they have the backs of the players and they are fighting for NIL. And I think that's going to change some things in 2025. I think they have a legitimate shot at a 5-star offensive tackle in David Sanders. Some people don't think they have a prayer of landing Jamie French. I think he had a great visit late in the week. I think he likes the idea of playing with George. Does that mean he comes to Tennessee? Maybe, maybe not. I think they've got some good guys on the defensive side of the ball. A couple of legitimate edge rushers. Jared Smith, a guy that I'm high on. Great length, 6'6", 235. I think another one, Zion Grady. I think they're in on some good safeties. I think Josh Heupel's done a good job locking down the state, right? You got a big prospect getting ready to make a decision coming up on Thursday. Ethan Utley, 4-star defensive lineman out of Nashville. I think Tennessee is in a good spot there. We'll be covering that this week, so make sure you're dialed in for that. But what do you guys think? Do you think there is still a negative narrative around Josh Heupel and his ability to recruit? Are you happy? Are you down on him? What would you give Josh Heupel as a grade through 3 cycles of recruiting? Put it in the comment section below. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Bo Jackson. But before we do that, do me a favor and smash the thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. I would appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we're not media. We don't pretend to be any of that. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. So when I talk about recruits, I gather all the information from the interwebs, whether that be On3, 247 Sports, Steve Wiltfong, Chad Simmons. I go to all the experts, try to compile that information so we can come here and talk about it on the Talkin VAWLS Network. So if you like what we do, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Fan call-in show. You guys have an opportunity to come on the show, hang out, and talk about this first week of spring camp. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about Bo Jackson. Again, another prospect that was in town over the weekend. Left that visit saying he liked everything about Tennessee from development. He talked about how they put guys into the league. I think Jalen Wright, possible second-day draft pick, I think that's going to help show that they can put running backs into the league. He said everybody's friends. Everybody's talking to each other. It's a good environment. It's a very family-friendly environment. Again, he liked everything, development, scheme, culture. Talked about how coming out of the visit, Tennessee runs the football a lot. A lot of people, probably a negative recruiting tool is that, all they want to do is go out and throw the football. That's not the case when you look at the stats, and he had the opportunity to sit down with the coaching staff and watch a little film. And when you look at the numbers, Tennessee is a run-first offense. They led the conference in rushing yards per game. So when you get an elite athlete like Bo Jackson, he plays running back. He's being recruited as a running back, also a kick returner. You sell him on the fact that we are a run-first offense. We are going to get you the football. Something else I liked, he talked about how the running backs getting involved in the passing game. That's something we saw late last week in a practice report that the running backs heavily involved. Talking about Deshaun Brain earlier today, saying he liked how they had the tight ends involved. Holden Stace being very involved in the passing game. That excites me about the offense in 2024, which is separate from talking about recruiting, but just hearing these little things coming out of recruits' mouths gets me excited about this 2024 season. You can see there on the screen, 4-star prospect, top 100 guy, ranked 66 nationally, top 5 athlete in the country, just a big-time prospect. I'm going to let you guys watch a little bit of the tape. I actually located a scouting report on him, so we'll get into that as well, but you guys watch the tape. Yeah, he's not related to that Bo Jackson, but he is still pretty dang talented. The size, the speed, he's got everything you want, everything you could possibly want in a running back prospect. But this scouting report comes from MikeFarrellSports.com. First, the measurable 6'2", and he also grades. I like this website, MikeFarrellSports.com. He grades the level of competition, gives it a 5 out of 10. So it's not elite, but it's also, they do have some players. 5 out of 10. Says Jackson has good height and weight, displays good AA with very good acceleration, change of direction, good contact balance, foot quickness, and play strength. Shows good inside running ability to read his blocks, use solid burst combined with a very good acceleration to shoot through the hole and gain yards upfield. Goes on to say here, shows very good outside running ability to get to the edge following his blocks, uses very good COD to cut and make guys miss, as well as using very good acceleration to get upfield. Goes on to say shows good ability in the passing game with solid route development and good hands to catch in motion. Adequate patience on inside runs, doesn't allow his blockers to develop in front of him. Adequate vision on inside run, was seen at times running into the back of his offensive line and not consistently seeing the holes develop in front of him. Needs to work on patience and vision on inside runs, but can see him as a complementary back who should be utilized on outside runs to showcase his acceleration and speed while also being sufficient in the passing game. So again, that's the scouting report from MikeFarrellSports.com. As you guys watch some of the highlights here, what do you think of his ability to play in space? Look at him showing the athleticism there on the defensive side of the ball, but good acceleration, good speed. I like his physicality. Coming off the visit, this is what he told 247 Sports, said the experience at Knoxville was really good. He said being there, seeing all the history up close, getting to watch the coaches work was amazing. My relationship with Coach Heupel and Coach Sims is what has me the most excited, but what puts it over the top was getting to learn their offense up close and how beneficial it is to the running backs was second to none. Again, when you talk about this Josh Heupel offense, you talk about spreading out, the wide receivers out wide, and then that gives you the numbers game. That's what Josh Heupel is always playing, trying to get the advantage on the inside in order to run the football. That's what he wants to do, and they're able to sell guys like Bo Jackson on that opportunity. Again, he mentioned the relationship with Sims. Darrell Sims, great hire for Tennessee. Already had that relationship. Darrell Sims was recruiting him at Cincinnati, gets hired, comes to Tennessee, and then Jackson said, I knew at that point I had to come see what this Tennessee offense was all about. After the visit, said he wants to try to schedule an official with Tennessee. Nothing on the calendar yet, and that's something we talk about, going all the way back to the negativity from the comments saying, "Oh, cover everybody that we don't, we're not going to land." Well, I'm going to cover everybody that Tennessee targets. That's what we're doing here on the Talkin VAWLS network. But this is the way recruiting works, right? You hired Darrell Sims. He's got the relationship with Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson takes the visit, comes, sees a practice, likes what he sees. He's sold on the offense. He's sold on the culture. He's sold on the development. Now can you get him back for an official visit? He wants to make a decision probably sometime in July prior to his senior season of high school football. So can Tennessee get in the door there? This is from the Wolverine on 3 Michigan site. Said Bo Jackson is slated to return to Michigan on Sunday, which is today, to watch spring practice. The news is a recent development, as U of M was initially not on Jackson's scheduled spring visits. The junior coming off of his 4th visit to Penn State, currently at Tennessee. That's the visit he just wrapped up, and is expected to be at Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, and Rutgers over the next few weeks. So again, Tennessee's got their hands full. Some big-time, universities, big-time schools involved. I do know he has a crystal ball prediction over at 247 Sports to Ohio State, but that's Ohio State insider. So we'll continue to track it, see what happens. Can Tennessee get him back on campus? But you guys know what to do. Hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. Jump in the comments. Let's talk about this negative narrative about Josh Heupel. Do you believe he's doing a good enough job? And I think we got to look at the grand scheme of things, right? Roster management, the NCAA investigation, so many layers to recruiting in 2024, but I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. But that's going to do it for this one. Hope to see you guys tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, fan call-in show. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.